either like hard aggressive, like Zachary running at you, spamming those down tilts, everything, and other ones like to do like turtle, like naring in place, shooting the gyro. But Jams has his own. He's very defensive for sure, but he has his own weird execution to it where he mixes up timings in a way that I haven't really seen other Robs do very much.
Interesting. All right. Well, let's see how that's going to work out for him against RJ here in losers top 8.
Yeah, we're getting in yet another PS2 start, pretty common. And we're already seeing some Rob combos, really nice Z catch. That's difficult to execute.
Yeah, the 60% gyro combo across the stage, and first is going to be able to get a nice early percent lead. And you know, Rob, you know, everyone says like some characters like, well, oh, you're dead at 0, Luigi, oh, you're dead at 0. Rob, you really can just be dead at 0.
It's super true. And like, even if you're not, the thing about Rob is like, if he does land his combo on you and it doesn't kill, you're still at like 70% immediately. It's the same like Peach. If Peach doesn't 0 to death you're still at like 80. So like,
yeah, and of course Rob does have the side B, probably the most iconic move in terms of robbery. In Smash.
Nice pun, fellow caster. I really liked Jams's option he made earlier there with the gyro setup, but he unfortunately didn't connect it, allowing RJ to get back into this situation. Now he's getting ledge trap.
Yeah. But
of course, you can't really ledge trap Rob though, because he's just going to fly above you.
Jam's going to go very high, very even percent here, 1% difference. RJ looking for anything to finish off his stock. Parry, but no punish off of it.
Yeah, both players opting to play as safe as possible, not really wanting to drop this set.
Yeah, and Jam's here kind of struggling to approach against these charge shots.
3 people? Alright, but RJ gonna catch him with the up air there. Sort of a quick pause. But Jam's retaliating with his own up air there and actually gonna get the first stock, and now you have Rob with Rage ready to 0 to death you. Have to be very careful. Jam's already proved very capable of these gyro combos.
Wow, and that gyro just gonna stop that charge shot. That probably could have killed Jams there.
That was another thing I noticed in his gameplay when I was watching him play Black Twins and a few other people, is that he just really uses the gyro to deflect things often.
And yeah, wow, that gyro really does just stop the charge shot. That's such a great tool to block it.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons that Rob is so good at out-camping other zoners.
But now RJ, you know, gyro, there's nothing really special about gyro. It is just an item, and you know, items are always great to add to combos.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll be interesting to see that if RJ ever gets the gyro in his hands, what he can do with it.
Yeah, Samus definitely has some pretty good 1-2 strings with that. Just maybe like a Z-drop gyro into like a Nair or a Fair or something. But nothing too crazy. RJ is going to be putting on the pressure at the corner here, but unfortunately it's just really tough to pressure Rob because he can just fly away from any pressure you give him.
Yeah.
I think because of that reason, this matchup is a little bit difficult for Samus.
Yeah, but gonna cover the roll with the back air. Couldn't do a neutral get up because if the gyro was there.
RJ miraculously holding on, getting hit by 3 back airs. That is going to be the kill.
Yeah.
Almost called Jam Zomba for a second because I was going to laugh about the Zombears. But he's definitely extending this lead he's got going on.
If Jams is doing RFA Jairs.
The Jam Bears.
And Jams.
Ooh, doing a burn boost there. Something that a lot of Robs haven't really incorporated into their gameplay much, but you see like Lucretio's tech videos on Twitter and stuff. Jams labs those.
Yeah, I do like seeing people come out quickly because it makes this slow character like Rob look so fast and nimble.
Yeah, it's really sick. Unfortunately, going for a pretty telegraphed landing there and getting caught out by RJ's Fair. We're just seeing the RJ Classic, the double jump to platform and go with the bombs.
And the up tilt up air probably going to
not correct DI. That is going to get him killed. And that is first game going to Jams. A very respectable 2-stock. I think that was pretty much never not in his control.
Yeah. It was a little dicey for him in the first stock.
Yeah, it was even and then it wasn't even. But that's just kind of how Rob works, right? He's just so explosive. Another fun fact about Jams is he plays with gloves on. I think it's just to keep his hands warm the whole day, which I think is like an interesting concept I've never seen other people really do. Like, I don't know, it's a very unique guy in general.
Yeah.
We're getting the run back to PS2. RJ feels that wasn't the stage's fault, it's just kind of the gameplay. He can certainly turn it around. After he got that first large conversion, Jams never did any like giant damage at once. So maybe RJ just needs to recollect his thoughts and try it again.
Yeah, and something I'm noticing with Jams here from that last game and the start of this game is some rubs you see try to go in even when they don't have gyro. Jams never wants there to be a second where gyro isn't on screen.
It's very true. He's using it as a defensive tool. He's using it as an offensive tool, a combo
Like,
tool. Just
if
everything.
gyro's gone, he's gonna spawn everyone right here.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of juggling, immediate gyro, exactly. It's just the basis of the gameplay. He's one of the most item-heavy Robs that there is in Ontario, at least.
Yeah, comparing to Varus, Poke Cheese, Jams definitely plays Fat Gyro the most.
Exactly, yeah. A nice roll away from the bomb, but gonna catch Rob from basically behind him with a forward air.
Yeah, Rob is big.
Rob big, send tweet. Yeah, and Jams just consistently having those gyros out, abusing the fact that as soon as gyro despawns in any way, it's immediately shootable again.
Maybe up air,
Ooh, not gonna quite get the DI and gonna die from that at 147.
Yeah, and the up air, not getting the DI is so important because that can be like a 20% difference on if it kills or not.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big deal, and it's a really awkward move to DI in the first place, so you really have to know the matchup for the matter. Yeah, Jams, I like that he's not scared to challenge these bombs, because RJ really likes to retreat to the sky and just drop bombs, and Jams has really been throwing the up airs out there and like saying, I'm not scared of you, you can't just go for this.
Yeah, and I think one thing we did kind of mention in doubles, but something we should mention again is that RJ doesn't air dodge as much as most Ultimate players.
It's true, and that really gives Jams a lot of opportunities to just poke at him from below.
Ooh, charge shot.
And that was bound to happen eventually.
Jams gonna have a full stock lead here, basically.
Yeah, and being down to stock against Rob is really not cool because he can really go like just right into the blast zone with you if he wants to.
Rob is such a snowball character. Yeah.
His approaching is incredibly difficult.
Like you said, Rob can just go right into the blast zone with those side Bs and make it back because he can make it back from anywhere with that recovery. And what's interesting to see here is that like RJ is being the one that has to approach here in most of these scenarios.
Yeah, and that's not something Samus ever wants to do, so like Jams is just abusing the matchup as well as he can. Yeah, and even like while he's in advantage, you're seeing Jams is not afraid to just roll away and reset because he knows as long as he has the lead, he's gonna have these opportunities to get more hits in.
And while still only 40% on Jams.
Like I said,
stock.
super defensive Rob.
Burner boost in air. Not gonna kill just yet, but
We did another one?
Fair.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna get it.
RJ almost got the classic RJ dare on him when he overextended there. I did not see what happened. It looks like up smash like clanked with something.
Yeah. But gyro in hand, RJ at 170. F tilt is gonna take it.
He's gonna punch him in the robo face.
And Jams going up 2-0. Two very dominant games. See if RJ gonna go to a different stage, if he will make the adaptations needed to win this set.
Showing us that if Jams was still in Ontario, he would be PR.
Yeah. Jams also had a huge lot. Like, Jams was already good before COVID, and he had like another huge power up during the quarantine era.
Yeah. Is another one of those players, and I think Ontario in general had a lot of players that did that. Like Elijahman came out of nowhere, Serenity, Gamer. We had a lot of people that got better from Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Even the host of the tournament, XF himself. Right, but RJ finally going to have his lead here. See if he can do anything with it. Samus really has to play from ahead to be able to get anything started. But a nice run off beer versus gyro from Jams there.
Jams gonna get hit by jab too. Don't let it be happen to you.
RJ's best mix up.
Yeah, and Jams just gonna stall in the air for a bit, trying to make it back. Gets caught out by a fair again. RJ gonna go for a charge shot, but Jams plenty of time to react to it and goes over it.
Yeah, and once again, just like you said last game, he's keeping these gyros out at all times. You see him even shooting them from off stage to make sure that the charge shot can't be sniping him.
Yeah, and I like that gyro up throw to block the bomb that was falling onto him.
Yeah, very smart. He's just one of the most aware people about items. As I say that though, gonna come to the ledge and whiff an up tilt and get forward smashed.
Yeah, up tilt up air, not gonna kill.
I'm really liking how much burner boosting he's doing. It's really, really helping him get some pressure going.
Yeah. And there's the gyro to get back onto the stage.
ARJAY though, holding this stock lead, not doing anything too committal, which is something that kind of bit him before. Like it hurt him.
Yeah, and like the pace of the match between these two characters really is determined by whoever gets that first stock.
It really is, especially in zoner versus zoner matchups in general. It's just really difficult to do anything when you're not meant to approach as a character design. But once again, ARJAY just content to keep charging, and that's good.
Yeah. Even if Jams is going to be throwing out his gyros to try to block it, just having the pressure of a charge shot being able to come out at any moment is great.
Yeah, even like just pressing the button in neutral forces your opponent to do some sort of action. Alright, but once again, not being afraid to challenge these bombs that ARJAY is going for.
Up tilt up air, not going to connect this time. That would have killed probably.
Yeah, with the DI we've been seeing, it definitely would have.
Down air, a little early on the down air, but just keeping ARJAY off stage still.
Ooh.
And then gyro into up tilt up air.
Clean conversion coming up from Jams.
Yeah. I love seeing like gyro bounce into other stuff.
Yeah, it's so sick. Ooh, a random trip. Actually gonna get ARJAY out of the corner there, and now he has some pressure going. Is he gonna get an edge guard?
Tries to pick up the gyro, but that is the hardest thing to do in this game.
It really is. This advanced tech is picking up gyro. And ARJAY actually is doing something really tricky here. He's holding an almost full charge shot, so you can't see the blinking blaster. But he knows. Now does Jams know. There is going to get a massive conversion off this, but within the dash attack just barely.
Tried to spot dodge that jab too, but got charge shot for it.
Yeah, and suddenly ARJAY's in the lead.
Yeah, ARJAY going to have a small percent lead here. But it is Rob. Anything can change at any moment.
Once again, trying to pick up gyro, failing. But landing on it with a nair. Let's go, ARJAY, figuring it out.
Yeah, and yet we really haven't seen a lot of side Bs from Jams.
Yeah, we haven't. He's one of the less side-being Robs. Just going high again. ARJAY chasing a little bit, but catching him on the platform with that charge shot. Going to get an edge guard opportunity. Unfortunately, if he didn't have that gyro, he might have actually landed a dare there.
Yeah. But that gyro going to put a barrier between these two. Give Jams a little time to reset the neutral. Gonna follow the up smash with so unfortunate. But gets an F smash.
Very nice from ARJAY, calling him out, dashing in.
Yeah. Now ARJAY. This could be the win that he needs to put the momentum of the set back in his favor.
Yeah, and we're right into top 8, I believe, after this. Or no, we're in top 8.
Yeah.
So what it says losers round 4. I believe
losers 8s.
Losers 8s. Okay. So loser this gets 7th. These two are on the graphic. They're both doing great today, but they're trying to get that payout.
Is payout not top 8?
I think so, but they want higher payout.
Yeah. And in the case of ARJAY, playing to be on that Ontario PR because season just started.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a big deal to do well at this tournament. Set the tone for us this season for yourself.
Yeah, Jams not really influenced by that PR, just influenced by the money at this point for placing higher.
Exactly. His money and his pride.
Yeah. Gotta show Ontario, but he still got it.
He has not gone anywhere. Still coming back to Ontario every once in a while just to have a showing, but this time he's doing a great job. We're seeing a little snazzy little beer reverse charge shot from ARJAY to get something started.
Up the shield. That's something we haven't seen too much from ARJAY. That would just walk off together. All right.
Yeah, I was just gonna comment on it too. That was very funny. Oh, but showcasing the frame data on Rob's fair there, it's actually kind of negative on hit, even at like mid percents like it just was. Getting nared for landing a fair.
Yeah. ARJAY gonna give a fair. Jams once again, as we've seen, I'm gonna go high recovery. Yeah, and I really like how ARJAY uses that gyro when he gets it. He throws it high to cover those high recoveries.
Yeah, covers a high recovery and makes it so it lasts out longer where Jams doesn't get to use it. Which is a big deal. It's really, really good to take away an item character's item from them by just throwing it as high as possible and making it despawn as late as possible.
Ooh, gyro not going to come out in time to block that charge shot, and RJ going to give up first stock, which means he's going to be able to control the pace of this neutral.
Yes, does he have the momentum? Is he coming back? Or is he getting stage spiked? Oh, but he did not get dared. That roll read, not going to quite kill. Samus heavy enough to keep him alive.
But that gyro, nope, sells the jump and gets the zero back to stage.
Very clean from RJ, and now he's going to get another charge shot for 40% already, and it's only building.
Barely misses that dash back grab, and James is going to be able to give a down throw into up air to take the stock.
Yes. And we're back to even stocks once again. Anyone's game, but Jams needs some sort of conversion like he got in the beginning of game 1. It's almost a mix-up, and it's... Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is RJ, usually kind of more of an aggressive Samus player, for what you would think about when you see Samus. But I think in a set like this against Jams, who plays very defensively, like, you gotta play more defensive.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to adapt to the style of your opponent to the extent where they can't just run over you because they're doing it better.
Yeah, that's something that's great about Samus, is that Samus does have a lot of good close quarters moves as well, and she can be played very offensively.
It's true, and especially with the neutral B giving her movement options, she can really get around now that you can only, like, you can cancel a neutral B charge with just jump. So you can jump, you can B reverse, and then you can also just shield and stutter everything. You can just make it really hard to tell what you're going to do.
Yeah, but these percents starting to even up, so RJ going to have to start approaching more to get that stock. He's up tilt's going to do a little too much, but... Yeah, and there's kind of that point that we made earlier about how RJ just doesn't air dodge sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's partially that and partially that you can't air dodge for a certain window after you've used a down B. So the bombs are actually keeping RJ vulnerable when he's that high up, despite the fact that he's trying to use them as a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
It's maybe something he needs to work out of his playstyle against Rob. He's going to get the up though. Last stock in game 4. Can RJ take this to a game 5, or is Jams going to close this out?
Neither player really has that much momentum going into this, but Jams looking to take that momentum away from RJ.
Definitely keeping him in the air, which is not something RJ should be comfortable with, considering how many times Jams has challenged him from underneath.
Yeah, and throwing those gyros up when he gets it, like, you can throw gyro up into the up airs, back airs even.
We saw a few things there. It was a very good spot dodge from Jams to enable the game opening, but RJ also mashed very fast out of the grab and made it out of the corner.
Yeah, and there's a burner boost into the fair.
Just barely whiffing the laser, but the gyro is going to connect, and he's going to collect it off
Another
stage.
gyro, laser. Does RJ have a jump? I don't think he does, but...
Does not. It's a dangerous spot, but he got off ledge. This is just Samus with rage now. He only needs a few more aerials. Samus' aerials have a lot of knockback.
And there's one of those side views that we saw from Jams. He hasn't been using that much, but he wanted to end the game right there.
That one did look like a misinput. It might have been a gyro movement tech that he messed up. But now RJ has the advantage. He's got him in the corner, and he has him at 112%.
Yeah, and now 150%. Samus going to be at absolutely maximum rage.
Any aerial from either of these characters can kill it at this point. Oh, the stage spike! He's not going to get back. That's super efficient for RJ, and that's going to be a 3-1 victory for Jams, moving on to losers quarters.
Yeah. Very, very well played from Jams. Those first 2 games looked very dominant, but RJ was able to adapt and make both those last 2 games incredibly close.
Very strong